how many? So you have to live that. So you have to live that life. But as far as the music and the artistry, like it's understood. Like you might be singing a song that's been remade 10 times. Like you didn't write this song, but you did your thing with it. That's understood. Right? But with rap is like you gotta write your own raps. You gotta be out here in these streets. You gotta be with these people. So I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
I think that the whole Drake comment, as in they said we were saying that gangster rap is different. We can't put gangster rap in the same line as Drake, and Drake is different, and that's why he's been successful as he is. But I think it goes back to the fact that Drake had a mentor, someone to direct him in the game. And I think the fact that he's successful, the way the level of success now is because of that mentor. Somebody, when he came in, guided him through where he needed to go. And now he's not in that same ball field as the other ones because he had that mentor, somebody to guide him, to show him, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because if you do this, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Apartment 4A. I ain't got into it. I forgot to hit the button. We sitting in the backstage watching the video, listening to them talk, jam, and I was like, man, let me get us back on the front side, man. How everybody doing? JP, what's going on, bro?
Man, can't call it. Blessed to be alive. Blessed to be moving.
I know that's
Happy
right.
to be about. That's it.
I know that's right. Y'all thawing out up there in North Mississippi. Finally, with y'all, this y'all second full week back, ain't it?
Yeah, second full week back in school.
Yeah, man. You know, they took an extended break. They left in December, decided not to go back until the end of January.
try to get prepped for this COVID and this bombing that's gonna go on with Israel. So we just trying to prepare, you know. We ain't gonna be blindsided.
You better get it together.
Mm-hmm.
No, man, I hope everybody been having a good weekend. Things been going well out here on our side. You know, we out here trying to run from the flu. A couple folks in my family been a little sick. They under the weather, but they all doing better now. So we trying to rock and roll, man. Trying to rock and roll. But again, thank y'all for joining us. I think we got quite a few things to talk about. We're not gonna go deep into this first thing. We are gonna just mention it real quick. We'll talk about it next week since we have a week to fester. But as you know, the Kansas City Chiefs won the AFC Championship, and they will be heading to yet another Super Bowl. And our resident San Francisco fan, the San Francisco 49ers, Mr. JP himself, came in and they survived another playoff game. And they looked a little iffy against Green Bay. They looked dead against Detroit.
Dead as a couple.
They won, though. They won. They pulled it off. Good job. Congratulations to those two teams and those fan base. We will jump into that next week. I'll let JP say something now and say his piece real quick about his 49ers, and we'll jump into our predictions and how we think that game will go next week. Go ahead, JP.
That's right. You know, we just want to tell the audience it's a reason why nobody wanted to jump on, because they knew I was going to be full of it today. So everybody had a million excuses, but they know the truth. The 49ers rule it all. So let's get it. Let's go. No comments. Everybody just sit back and enjoy the show and let me have my moment, because I just got off of a massive heart attack. So we good to go. So let me be great.
You most definitely was having a heart attack, boy. I will say this about that game. When the 49 were losing, we couldn't find JP. That joker could not be found at all. But when they came back, magically, he reappeared.
Whew. I tell you, man,
I hadn't updated our Super Bowl picks, but just to give you a quick update, there are only two people left But 3 people left with at least 18 on the radar. JP had the Ravens and 49ers, and Eric had the Bills and 49ers. So far, they only have the 49ers. But there's one guy, Mr. Jerry Bowie, my line brother, the ace. Well, he the deuce, but he the ace too. Jerry, he picked the Chiefs and the 49ers to go to the Super Bowl. The last person to make a choice, and he was the only one to get it right.
Got it right.
Yeah. So it is what it is. We'll let that be what it is. We'll talk about the Super Bowl all next week. You get all your talk in, and because we know you're gonna disappear during the game.
Right. Right. Oh man.
So, well, it's good talks, man. So I know if anybody's seen the title, we got something pretty interesting to talk about. We have the question: is Mississippi advancing? If nobody's heard, about 6 days ago, Amazon has announced that they're bringing their Amazon Web Services to the state of Mississippi in Madison County. They are going to invest $10 billion in investing into the state, bring in roughly about 1,000 or more jobs. The state legislators have committed to another $44 million in incentives and training. The city of Madison is shelling out $250 million to get the land ready and prepped and bringing in water and gas and all that stuff that need to be done. It's unique because right now Amazon only have a few of these locations. They got one in like Ohio, one in California, one in Oregon, and now they're bringing it to Mississippi. It's kind of a hub. If nobody knows, we're about 3 hours from Memphis. We're less than 3 hours to New Orleans. We're about 3 hours to Birmingham. Less than 3 hours to Arkansas. 6 hours to Georgia. 6 hours to Texas. So it's actually a pretty central location for the South. So, JP, what do you think about this investment to the state of Mississippi with Amazon Web Services?
I tell you what, one thing, the legislators and them guys, they've been doing a great job of advanced Mississippi because, a lot of things that, like prime example, that also in the Golden Triangle area, the Lowndes County area, we have an aluminum plant that's being built that they're going to start hiring people in the fall of this year, however it may be. But that job starting off with $100,000 it opening up with $100,000. So by them bringing that job in, Amazon in, a lot of people in Mississippi actually. And we got the resources. We got like the work keys. We got so many type of things that have put us in position to go get these jobs. Now we just have to be faithful and go get the job. You know what I'm saying? Because there are plenty of opportunities out there for us. And I think Mississippi doing a great job of bringing more interesting companies to the rural area because we need it. We need it. There are no more furniture plants. Chicken plants, and everything that we used to do that we were great at, those things are phasing out, and so now we're bringing more and more industry into Mississippi, and there's no reason for us to not to go get it.
Now, speaking of that, that's good to know about the things they're doing up there. Also in North Mississippi, the top of North Mississippi, kind of northwest, close to Tennessee in Marshall County, they're actually building a battery and electric vehicle manufacturer. Battery for electric vehicle manufacturer up in Marshall County. So there's another factory that's being built that will manufacture batteries for vehicles and stuff for Mississippians to be able to take on those jobs. And I know what a lot of people are thinking that, hey, all these things is going on, and all these people all these jobs coming in. Hey, how you doing? It's good to see you. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Jerry? What's going on? All these people are coming in, and all these jobs are coming in from Mississippi. Are we qualified for those? Well, absolutely. We can't sit here and kind of handicap ourselves and say, oh, we're not qualified for these jobs that are coming in or the things that's going to be going on. We got just as many educated people in the state of Mississippi as any other state. And if we need some more, it's okay, because these people are going to move to Mississippi. Like, it's not like these tax dollars going to go somewhere. Bring the money in.
And see, one thing that Mississippi is doing a good job of, like you said, people are going to come, but they're trying to give us a shot at, first dibs at going after those jobs. So now, like you said, they're telling about the plant they're telling about the plant that's coming in Madison. All right. So now they're going to have a application process. We got to be proactive and go get it. Also, another factory that's coming in that's being built, should be completed this year, is Miller Draft. They're building one in Grenada. So that, once again, Grenada, South Panola area, you get more and more people, like I said, access on Interstate 55, close to Memphis. Mississippi is doing a great job of catering towards his people, which is workers,
Right.
So, I mean, I just think Mississippi doing a great job for it. Salute to the legislature.
One thing a lot of people may be missing, I know everybody not here, so they may have some different thoughts about it. And Jerry said something good here. There are lots of educated people from here that always leave, and they do. And the reason they leave because they feel like they don't have opportunities. And so here the state is now trying to bring in opportunities for them to stay. But on that flip side, there's a lot of middle-aged people who stay in other states that are moving to Mississippi. Right now, I think Mississippi is third in people moving to the state. I think it's just as many people that are leaving, they are moving here. And a lot of these people have what do they call them? At home jobs. They have virtual jobs or whatnot. And so maybe all the they still have to pay their taxes, even though they're getting paid from California. They still have to pay Mississippi taxes. And like Jerry just said, they also here for retirement, which is great. I mean, it's a lot of places that's getting paid plenty of money, but they come to Mississippi because things here are a little cheaper. And one thing that you can't make new land. And we got a lot of land.
Right.
So.
Right. And exactly like you said, right, everybody will leave here, especially our age, people trying to leave for better opportunity. But they don't, what we don't realize is the opportunities here now, and the more people that's in the state start working in the state, and more we get companies coming in, the more companies we bring in tax dollars to the school. We actually got the lottery going on now. We're going to improve roads. Mississippi actually on the verge of trying to get back right where it needs to be with the Joneses, because we have eliminated that stigma of being a Bible Belt state. Yeah. I hate to say it that way, but it's the truth, because now with the road constructions, with the bridges being, we're actually on the verge of doing some great things, man, which is amazing, which is good.
So I hope somebody's watching this from the entertainment industry. I don't want to see no more Mississippi movies about slavery. I don't want to hear no more Mississippi movies about, they don't know nothing. They still walking outside barefoot and stuff. We have all the nice things that any other state have. Don't try to box us into this box that Mississippi don't have anything, man. We're growing, and we just need everybody in Mississippi to kind of get together. And I know what people are thinking. Oh, you just happy because you stay in Madison County and that money's coming up there. I hope y'all understand I ain't gonna see a dime of that money. That money ain't gonna do nothing for me. They may put up a new restaurant or something that I can go eat at. That's about it, But I just think it's a good opportunity for the state. Everybody for 1,000 jobs or more. That's just one company. I think also Coca-Cola is building a new plant somewhere in the area too. Everybody don't have to stay in Madison County. Mississippi is small enough where if I stayed in Jackson or Brandon or Canton, it ain't that long of a drive, 20, 30 minutes. I'm in totally different part of the state. And so, I mean, it's gonna be good for everybody.
Well, and you look at this too, right? You know, going back to small town, small state mindset, when we see a 2-hour drive, we like, oh, that's a long drive. But if you look at California, they be stuck in traffic 2 hours
Right.
trying to get to work. So what's the difference?
Hey, I agree. You're right. You can't look. I know people now in Mississippi, and I know people may think this is unheard of. And now if you're from somewhere else and you watching, you probably understand this. But I got people now that work with me. They drive every day, 45 minutes to an hour every day to and from work. And it's like that ain't no big deal. Because they know if they were somewhere else, they probably gonna be even sitting in traffic or whatever on the commute to work every day. And so they get up and get it done, man. It's something about it, man. I think Mississippi is on the rise. People better watch out. Yeah, we got stuff we got to continue to work on, but it's all good, man. We coming.
We have more progressive thinkers in Congress now, right? Even though the balance isn't where it needs to be at, and that's from Mississippi to Washington, throughout the other 50 states. But now you're seeing more progressive thinkers in legislative and Congress. And like we talk about all the time, we always tell people to run for, become a doctor, become lawyers, do this, you can do that. We don't tell our youth and children, run for elected official. That's the quickest way to create change. And now you're seeing people, that have been in the situations now running for office and they're electing them. So, which is great, man. It's amazing, man. I'm proud of the growth. Getting out that old money stigma type mindset.
And you said something that's really true, JP, man. We don't really ask people to we don't talk about, man, you should possibly get into politics. We look at politicians as being sneaky, being, crooked or dogs or whatever. And some are, I'll be honest, there are some bad politicians out there. But if you truly want to make change and something like that, somebody else has to do something different. Like we all can't just be doing the same thing every time. Like if nobody else, nobody like us, nobody that looks like us, act like us, think like us, if nobody goes into politics for us, how can we expect change?
Correct.
We and yes, we do have some work to do. We got to convince some people to leave because some politicians make a super career out of it. I think the average age of congressmen right now is like 67, 68. And it's like, man, it's gonna be some folks gonna be too older to run for office because they won't leave.
Right, correct.
And so we got to work on some of that stuff. But I do want to encourage people, especially those who may be interested, those that are lawyers or whatever are interested in going into politics. Go try it out. Make that change. I just also encourage you to be about the business. Don't forget about your people, and go in there for the right reason.
And one thing that I'm seeing here, like in West Point, our mayor, first Black mayor in West Point, like I said, positive growth, positive change. But what he's doing now, he's bringing more businesses to the city. And that's what people don't realize. The more businesses, the more tax dollars you bring to the city, the more it helps the city, the more it helps the school, the more it goes back into the community. So, understanding, because I think since he's been in office, we had like 5 or 6 different restaurants to open. Several other different type of little small pop mom and pop businesses. But those businesses are businesses of need, and like I said, man, it's amazing to see the progressive thinking that's going on now throughout the state. And like I said, I'm excited. Mississippi, we still far, but we ain't that far like we used to be.
Right. We trying to get it figured out, man. we just gotta kind of keep that thing moving. I hope, and I don't stay in the city of Jackson. I try to keep up with it, but I hope there is more of a plan or there's more actions going for the city itself. It's the capital. I know all the bad stuff people hear about the city. For those who are not down here, there are making changes. I can't say those changes are necessary for us or people that look like us, but we got to start somewhere, and hopefully everybody will come to the table to bring more changes to the city of Jackson. But we have to basically all get involved a little bit, do what we can to make our capital better. I know we hear about the water crisis and things like that. One thing I wish we do is not talk about how bad everything is all the time. Like, hey, can y'all mean to tell me ain't nothing good happening in the city today? You know, somebody won a spelling bee, anything. You know, I mean, just give me something good. Like, there's great things that happen all the time that get overlooked because we just want to play the blame game or we want to talk about who ain't did something. So hopefully we can kind of turn that corner now that more money is coming to the state. Because I know it's in Madison County, but the state gonna get broke off too, and hopefully they spread that money. Will they? We'll see. But you know,
and see, people don't see. Rod, you said something. This everybody want to complain about issues, but people don't want to fix the issues, right? Because, like I said, it doesn't take a rocket science to figure out if we really want the state to grow. You got to make the city of Jackson grow the right way, right? So why not take the money? You're in the legislature. You're there. Let's take the money, earmark this money, and go back to city improvement, city growth. It's there because, like I said, what they say we made off of the lottery this past year, like 10 billion or something like that off the lottery.
oh yeah, yeah.
It was some big number. I don't remember checking for a ride, but they said we made a massive number off the lottery. So when you have the funds there, go ahead and earmark it and make it public for the stuff that we actually need improvement and growth on. But once again, we got to get out that stigma of old money and don't want certain group to grow.
Yeah. I think we made the Mississippi awarded $285 million in prizes this year. So they made even much more. They made $2 billion in gross sales for the lottery since 2019, since the first one was sold in 2019. So I mean, they doing pretty good.
Right.
Now we can just get the money to the right people.
Right, correct. I mean, you still, like I said, there's no reason why the city of Jackson should be struggling with the water crisis. There's no reason why, when the ice storm happened, we haven't purchased equipment to make all interstates and roads safe, major roads, highways safe. You know, it's just I understand that the small things that we're doing, we're making progress the right way, but we got to identify the major needs as well. You know what I'm saying?
And Jerry said something to his point, man. The Powerball could also eliminate state income taxes, and it could. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes, you know, I know people understand what the power of dollars are and how they move things, but sometimes you got to do something better for your people in the state. And I think with the revenue that we're making in for Mississippi doing the lottery, that we could at minimal decrease the taxes. If we can't eliminate it, I know they can go down because people ain't stop buying the lottery tickets. They ain't gonna stop. And so if not, and then if we're gonna bring in even more people with jobs, they're gonna buy lottery tickets too. And so we have an opportunity to do some things. Here's something. Tell me what you think about this. I know a couple of years ago, they were talking about possibly putting a casino in Jackson, you know, but you know, it has to be on water. So there's a river that runs through the city of Jackson. I think it's called the Black River. I had to look it up. No, the Pearl River. I'm sorry. And so they were talking about putting it on that river, so it'd be revenue for the city and everything of that nature. Man, I thought it was an excellent idea. And it kind of be on the it'd be closer to downtown area. So it wouldn't like it just be kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You know, there'd be plenty of security and stuff out in that area. And it would actually bring some revenue and businesses and stuff back. Cause you know, if you have something like a casino, you're gonna try to put things around that casino for people to kind of dine and do other things. So you're gonna have a big hotel there, they're gonna make money. So I mean, I thought it was an excellent idea, but you know, they voted against it. So we'll see.
And see, that goes back to the Bible Belt, but also not the progressive thinking. Because, like you said, a casino always gonna bring money in. Always gonna bring money in. And like you said, you got what Madison around you, Rankin counties around you. You have a lot of counties around you that you really don't even have to worry about outsiders coming in because you always gonna, you're gonna keep that money in house and grow and grow and grow. But man, I don't know, man. That would have been a bit from what the casino did to Biloxi.
I'm saying,
Man.
like you have the data, you have the example. Why not put the same thing in the capital to make a little revenue? I was just in Chicago, and the guy that was in Chicago kind of drove us around and showed us around, and in the middle of the city, right out the side of downtown, what was it? A casino?
Yeah.
Right there for folks go out there and make their little money. You know, I'm not sitting here condoning gambling, but you got to look at how many people drive to Philadelphia, how many people drive to the coast every weekend or drive to Vicksburg every day, because Vicksburg ain't but 45 minutes just to put them few dollars in that slot machine.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can keep some of that money here, man, you make it kill.
And like you said, Rod, Jackson, if we really treat Jackson the way it should be treated, Jackson could probably grow into one of the better, smaller cities in the state. Because, like I said, you got I-55, I-20, 59 don't run through it, don't do it. Now 59 don't go through it.
Through what?
Jackson, Interstate 59.
No, 59. You get off you 59 across 20. So when you get to 59 in Meridian, you take it to Jackson.
Yeah. But you got 55 and 20, two major interstates that's running through a small city. You put that casino there. The casino, like I said, when I'm driving, I used to want to stay and see a casino. Of course, people will stay. Cheap rooms, go down there, they gamble all night, but you build more and more revenue. You build a nice coliseum, stadium, however it may be. You get the comedians, you get it, man. Like I said, it has the opportunity to grow into a bigger city if it needs to be. And I don't know.
And just like you said, and Jerry said the same thing. Gambling is the only thing they do in the casino, and you know, people, like you said, they bring in other attractions, whether it's concerts, comedians, whatever. If the casino big enough, they have small competitions. Like I've seen them have cheerleading competitions inside casinos or whatever. And so if you build it right, you put the right amount of money in, it could be much more than a place where you just getting those gambling dollars, man. It could be really something that it could almost bring the city together. You know, it's like, we're not gonna let y'all do this stuff because we got this casino. We want to keep it nice. We want people to come. So yeah, man, we got like you said, you gotta be some forward thinkers, man. Gotta think outside of the box and do something to help Mississippi continue to advance. With today's technology, man, you can get a degree, online. You ain't got to go in class. There's more educated people today than there's ever been. And now with them bringing in more and more jobs, and it's impressive to me because it's tech jobs. It ain't just, I mean, the factories are good. That's great. And I'm not downing them at all, but AWS, it's going to be centered around technology. And that's real impressive for the South. We're trying to make sure that we stay in the game and not get left behind. So I'm excited. I
Right.
let's get to the money. Let's get to it. Can't get scared of these folks, man. I think people just scared. I think, some people may just be scared to see the Jackson do good.
And it's true, right? That's what it is. People don't want growth. People don't want change, right? Because they feel if the city grow, then it's not only going to take away some of their shine, but it also going to bring extra attention to what they call their comfort zone. In reality, it don't have to, because the same strict rules that every other county and city follow, just enforce it over there in Jackson. People will conform if you do it right.
Right.
That's the truth, man. People will conform if you do it right, or they'll leave.
You're right about that. If you do it right, even they gonna get with it or they gonna leave, just like you said. And so, don't be scared, man. Change is good. If you stayed and did the same thing all your life, you'll never grow. And it go just like it. Change help you as an individual. It's gonna help the state.
Yep.
So we gotta keep that thing rolling, man. Gotta keep it rolling. But it is what it is, man. We invite change. We invite something new. We looking to grow as much as we can. Looking to be better people, be a better Mississippi. And with that, it is that time of the year where that nobody likes is close to it, at least. And if anybody know about it, you know about it, JP. It's that time of the year when they get ready to do these state testing. I get a chance from time to time to talk to quite a few teachers and administrators at some of the programs that I work with, trying to get into the schools and do things. And they are stressed because they're trying to do all they can to get these students ready for this state testing. I still don't quite understand what it do, because I ain't never seen nobody hire me because you're a good test taker. But from you being around this sector as well, man, how's the pressure right now, or what's the talk on getting ready for state testing?
Oh, the pressure's real.
Yeah.
Man, the pressure's real. We had our every Wednesday we have our little PLC data meeting, and it just basically, just a little meeting that we have among departments, group bodies, just talk about data, benchmark testing, seeing who's showing growth, who haven't, who the kids we need to target, just to prep them and to prepare them to take the test, to cheat the test. And right now the pressure's real, from the central office all the way down to the janitors.
Yeah.
So, because like today, put a suggestion in that, we need another testing room. We need to because we got to practice, go through the boot camp and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So now the janitors are forced to hurry up and get a room clean. It just, like I said, the pressure's real right now, and we don't even take the test until April. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
And so right now, because we already collected all the data, we already projected where we're going to be. Now it's all about whoever going to grow or going to be proficient. So
you have kids, I got kids, and everybody watching, a lot of y'all got kids.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what are some of the things? My child just getting to kindergarten, and we've already had to do our kindergarten assessment. I know there's another one coming, towards close to that time in April as well. And it's one of those things, man. I just wonder, as much as pressure that's on the teachers and administrators, how do the kids feel?
They hate.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I know they hate taking the test, but do they like? I guess the thing is, how much pressure do they feel from it, or do they even care? I know I had to ask some teenagers in some middle schools; they didn't care.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? You don't care, but when they hang it over your head that if you don't pass it, you don't graduate. Now you have to care. Yeah. So now we know this is standard. What we got to do. We know we really don't care because I'm not all into education. So that's where the catch-22 come in. and then they hear all, like I said, social media is bad, but it's good. So now every kid has a friend at a different school. So, prime example, private school do not have to take any type of state assessment. Only thing they have to do is take the ACT, and they're good to go. They teach the ACT, right?
Right.
So now there are different avenues on how a school can obtain its rating. You can obtain the rating through ACT. You can obtain your rating through ACT work keys. You can obtain a rating through vocational certifications, as well as the state test. But for schools that don't have the resources, you're not going to be able to ID all those kids. So now, if a kid is struggling, the kid is failing, and the kid, you don't think he's going to pass the test, what do we do as a school? We don't test that kid. We move them to another class in order to keep the accountability. So there's so much pressure, but the kids don't understand the game. That's probably the best way to put it.
Yeah. Jerry said the pressure is rough on kids in the third grade. The third grade gate is a problem. Yeah. I just
go ahead, Rod.
It must really be a problem. I hate it for him, man. You know, I know we were taking tests when we were in school. You know, brothers and sisters behind us are taking tests, and now our kids are in it. We just got to find a better solution. I know there's been talks about going to year-round school. I don't know if some of that could help some of that. I really don't know what the solution is. And I would love if somebody from the Department of Education, especially in Mississippi, is listening to me and want to get in a community of parents, of citizens or whatnot. I love to be on it because, I mean, we can't go to school talking about we want to learn and want to teach and advance the knowledge of our kids, and then all we hear about is we got to get ready for these state tests. So are we really learning anything, or are we memorizing stuff for state tests?
Well, see what we're not doing, and we're taking it for granted, but it's hurting the kids later down the road. We're eliminating social skills. We're eliminating how to perform basic tasks, because we don't teach that no more. Prime example, like today, I help at the elementary school as well, and it was a kid kind of autistic, was not allowed to go to PBIS because he had one referral. So with the one referral, he couldn't go to PBIS. He couldn't be rewarded for his positive behavior. He just started to break down and crying. So instead of having things in place to help him become successful, I got to send him home because he cannot operate in a school testing environment. Because once again, those that did not go to PBIS, you in boot camp. You know what I'm saying? They doing the so
we just gotta do something about it, man. We gotta do something to we gotta find a happy medium. I'm not saying that private school is the answer. I'm not saying the public school, but I feel like if we could mix the two a little bit, where it ain't so focused on state assessment, but it ain't so free, where all I can basically pay for the grade that I want. And I'm not saying all private schools like that. I know everybody's different, but a happy medium is kind of where we got to figure out where we need to be, and we got to make the one thing that I remember being in elementary school for about kindergarten till about fourth grade. School was fun. I'll go to school. I enjoy school. School was having fun. Homework wasn't just unbearable. We were going, we do some work, we do some fun things. By the time you got to fifth grade, most definitely middle school became a task. It was like a 9 to 5. You got to school, you had to go to 7 classes, you got to have homework for every class, you got projects for this and that. And like, I don't know when the kids had time to do nothing. It's so much boom, 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 and so much of checking off the list, making sure you did this. You in 7th grade, you should be doing this by now, or you in 8th grade, why you ain't taking this, or why you ain't enjoying this. And it's like, man, it's so much pressure on the kids to grow up so fast. Like,
Well,
Make school fun again. How about that? Give me one of them hats. Make school fun again.
was he right? I'm now. Here's the flip side of that too. Every parent isn't like you. Every parent isn't like me. So now, like I said, the happy medium is for the ones that are not dedicated and won't do schoolwork or whatever. We need to go ahead and find alternate placement for those kids, whether it's maintenance, whether it's lawn cutting, whether it's something, because every parent is not as active. Like my wife, I laugh at it all the time, but she does a great job. She really has all my kids, all A's and B's because of her, because she stays on them religiously. And like my little son, Tyson, 4 years old, she going over sight works, so the pressure, so she, like I said, every kid isn't given that opportunity. And with that being said, we got to find something for those that don't want to go to school. Go ahead and put them in a trade and set them on their way. That way they can have a proper lifestyle. And we're catering instead of, like you said, teaching skills for them to be successful. And we just got to stop getting the money and do what's right.
Hey, you're right, JP, man. I was listening to somebody talk about, I forget who it was, but he was saying that, it used to be a time where when you graduated from high school, you could graduate not just with a diploma, but with a trade license as a certified plumber or as a brick mason or at least an apprentice to one to kind of get things started. And now we're so stuck on going to college, teaching you got to get this stuff so you can go to college. And I'm not against college. I went to college. I got my degree. You got your degree. But I want people to remember that's not the only choice. I want people to go to college that want to go to college, that want that advancement. But like you said, if there's people who I'm only going to high school because it's law, we got to provide them something to do, because if they can't get a trade or get into the military, where they're going to be.
Right.
And they're going to be on the streets. And they gonna learn a trade. It ain't going to be the trade you want. And so we got to do something like that, man, to help the advancement of Mississippi. Because like we just talking about AWS, they're building that and it's coming in 2027. Okay, so we got to prepare our young adults, our high schoolers and stuff for that. Like they can't get here and be like, oh, well, no, nobody, we don't have nothing. Like this is the time to enrich our kids, enrich our teenagers, our young adults, to get them involved more in STEM, to get them excited, not really involved, but get them excited about it. Because if you're excited about doing something, you're willing to do it. If you're forced to do it, it's gonna fail every time.
Correct.
Gotta get it together, man. Gotta get together. I hate to get on that soapbox, and I try not to get you too worked out, because I know you in the system, and I listen very well when you talk. So in case you get on the soapbox, I can cut you off.
That's why I try not to get too deep with it, right?
Yeah, I understand. Man. Look, I can't pay your bill. You got. I feel you, man. I feel you. Jerry said, that's exactly what it is. They're teaching assessment versus teaching knowledge and learning. We just got to get all that together, man.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Well, it ain't is what it is. We just got to do better. Everybody help out where they can. And like you said, if you start with your parents, work through the community, and be a vital part of the school, it's gonna take everybody. We hear that phrase, it takes a village, and I don't know how many people actually believe in the phrase, it takes a village. I think some people drop them off at your doorsteps and say they're your problem right now.
Man, what? You'd be surprised. Bro.
And so we gotta do better, man. We gotta do better. All for the advancement of the state of Mississippi. We're not perfect, but we're trying to get better.
Mm-hmm.
All right, man. That's good, man. I know it's a little shorter show than we normally do, but I think it was a good show. We're gonna tell So them other knucklehead they missing, they ain't get a chance to put their 2 cents in on this money that's coming out there. See, they ain't realize, we talked about AWS, we might get broke off something.
Right.
We can only split it with the people that was on the show.
Right. They're gonna learn one day. They're gonna learn today.
They'll learn today.
They're gonna learn today.
Man, we appreciate it. I wanted to give a quick shout out to there's a show called Talk to Q. He normally come on Monday night. He had me on as a guest last week, so I appreciate you for allowing me to come in, man. That was real fun. So y'all can check out Talk to Q radio show. You can find them on Facebook, YouTube, and all audio services. So check out them. Same way with us. You can find us on audio services, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and so on. Check us out on YouTube as well. But we appreciate everybody. Unless JP got anything, he don't. So you ain't got to go home. Oh, Super. He wants y'all to know it's a Super Bowl champs versus the Chiefs. We'll see. We'll talk about it. Join us next week for our Super Bowl episode. A couple of things that we do have coming up before I let us go. I just thought about Black History Month's coming up in February. So we're going to try to highlight some people in Black history. And we're not going to do the normal one. So we're not going to talk too much about Martin Luther King or Michael X or Harriet Tubman. Not that they're not important, but I feel like the schools and the library, they do such a great job of talking about them every year. We're going to bring in some people, some unsung heroes that we don't get to hear about too often. Also, February is Mark's year 2 for the show. It will be in year 2 of Apartment 4A. So look out for the anniversary show coming up soon. We might bring in some special guests. You never know. We might ask one of you guys watching or listening to join us on the show and just tell us how you feel and what you like about the show. All right. We appreciate everybody. Like always, you ain't got to go home, but you got to get up out of here. Peace.
How many? So you have to live that. So you have to live that life. But as far as the music and the artistry, like it's understood. Like you might be singing a song that's been remade 10 times. Like you didn't write this song, but you did your thing with it. That's understood. Right? The rap is like you got to write your own raps. You got to be out here in these streets. You got to be with these people. So I mean, I don't know, that's just me.
I think that the whole Drake comment, as in they said, we were saying that gangster rap is different. We can't put gangster rap on the same line as Drake, and Drake is different, and that's why he's been successful as he is. But I think it goes back to the fact that Drake had a mentor, someone to direct him in the game, and I think the fact that he's successful, the way the level of success now is because of that mentor. Somebody when he came in guided him through where he needed to go. And now he's not in that same ball field as the other ones because he had that mentor, somebody to guide him, to show him, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because if you do this, this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.